Hello, my name is Junko. I decided to start making videos like this as a personal challenge and also to improve my English. Now I want to say this in French too. Like this. Bonjour, je m'appelle Junko. Just like that. Today, we have AI and translation tools. Even if we don't speak the local language or English, we can still travel and manage somehow. But I think if we can really communicate, travel becomes much more fun. So I thought about learning languages, but honestly, it's not easy to continue. If we don't use them every day, we often stop studying. That's why I decided to make videos. I thought it could help me keep learning English. When I was in university, I studied French. So I hope I can speak both French and English better. Let me try this in French too. J'ai étudié le français à l'université, donc j'aimerais parler mieux l'anglais et le français. Okay, back to English. If you are also studying a language or want to speak but feel it's difficult, I hope this gives you some courage. You don't have to be perfect to start. This is a story about the most surprising and happy moment in my life. It was the kind of moment that made me think, can this really happen? Life brings everything together in the end. So, let's get started! About 17 or 18 years ago, a friend of mine wanted to go to France. So, I went with her to Nice and Paris. I had already been to Paris several times, but it was my first time visiting Nice. I had always wanted to go there. At that time, my French teacher introduced me to his Japanese friend who lived in Nice. That friend arranged a local guide for us. We spent 2 or 3 days traveling around Nice by car. And the guide showed us many beautiful places. He was very kind and cheerful. We took a photo together, and I asked for his address so I could send him the picture later. After that, we started sending Christmas cards to each other. Sometimes he sent me kind messages, and whenever I went to France, I emailed him. Then, about 3 years ago, something amazing happened. A friend of mine, who is also in one of our projects, told me, "My friend from Nice is coming to Japan. Let's have tea together." I had seen her name before during our Zoom calls, and when I heard she was from Nice, I suddenly had a strong feeling that there might be some connection. Later, I met her at a cafe in Tokyo. When I told her about my memories in Nice and the guide I had met there many years before, she looked surprised and said, "That's my husband!" I was so surprised and happy. I couldn't believe it. I even shouted in the cafe, "Can this really happen?" It was one of the most surprising moments of my life. In September 2023, I had something to do in Hungary, so I went there. On my way back, I stopped in Nice. It was our first reunion in 16 years. They welcomed me very warmly. We spent such a peaceful and joyful time together, and I felt only gratitude. Since then, whenever I have a trip to Dubai, I sometimes stop by Nice before going there. I studied French for 4 years at university. France is the country I have visited the most. Nice, in the south of France, has become a very special place for me. Part of the reason is that I have wonderful friends there, and they kindly show me around every time I visit. I love learning languages. I love English and I also love French. Sometimes I think I would like to live in France for a short time. Not forever, but first for about 2 weeks or 1 month. Because I have visited many times, I also think it would be nice to host a retreat tour in the south of France someday. While I am there, I would like to go to a language school and experience daily life in France. I heard that there are some cheap schools, but the women I met from Nice gave me different advice. She said, "It's better to choose a good school. You can meet wonderful people there." I thought that was very true. I have not decided when I will go yet, but it is one of the things I hope to do soon. How was this video? I tried making this video as a way to study English. I have loved traveling abroad for many years, so I want to upload my past videos too, as a part of my language learning. Please look forward to the next one. If this gave you some courage, or made you want to study a language, or if you learned something. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.